What's up? This is Ryan.
Hey, and this is Michael. Welcome to All Day Unpacked. We are going through the marketplace today and talking about what we like and don't like and where we could see some improvements being made.
Let's pick up a moment here and let's just grab any old moment and let's get to it. Let's start with my man, James Robinson.
Let's start with James Robinson. Up to $6 now. That's not bad. He was down around that 4 range for a minute there.
Yeah, I know. Now he's back up. So I think one of the main things that we wanted to discuss today is kind of the outlay of the page, kind of, so to speak. There was an original version, like the OG version, and now it seems like they've kind of gone back in. Maybe it was like, I don't know, about a month ago or so, and they made some changes. And I guess we'd like to politely say maybe some of the things that we like or don't like about what's going on, maybe a little bit of feedback here. So why don't you go ahead and start us off with maybe one of the things that you feel like should be changed or that you like?
Yeah, so I will say I like the new icons here.
Sure.
With the colors they added. The one thing I'll say though is like just that from a usability perspective though, the not having like what this means below it, even if it was just one word like rookie or debut or champion or something like that would really help in the sense of right now it's kind of like mystery meat, so you got to kind of roll over it to find out what it is.
Okay.
I'd like to see like just a simple, just kind of, under each badge, just like a simple word or just something to cue people of what the badges mean.
Sure.
Instead of people having to try to figure out what a little arrow inside of a circle pointing this way means.
Got it.
So,
got it. Well,
how about you?
I think that's a very valid point. I mean, I think that, it's a minimal thing, but again, that just kind of goes with the whole, I guess you would call it user experience that's involved with it. So, the one thing that I would point out would be, if you wouldn't mind scrolling down, would be, and this is maybe a little bit of a well, I'll start with a positive. If you can go up to the collectible details. I would like to say that I really find that the collectible details is a fantastic addition. I like to see like the graphic they have there, the way they have it laid out. I wish they would have had this from the get-go. This is perfect. I mean, this is just like
you're absolutely
it gives you such a good idea of like when you're buying something, is there like a million of them already out there? Or is there still more to come? Whatever. Perfect. You got any thoughts on this, the collectibles?
No, totally agree with you on this. I think that's right on the money. Like, this is nice. The colors are very distinct. You can see like what's burned, what's hidden, what's for sale. So again, they did a nice job of labeling here.
Yes.
So, you see the edition size. And then even over here, you can see like the recent history or the top sales. So like this part of this, perfect. Like I wouldn't, like no complaints here whatsoever.
Right. That block, love it.
Yep. Agree.
I think the block that maybe we're going to kind of maybe start to nitpick at a little bit is going to be maybe the one above it and then the one below it. The properties and go ahead. Why don't you take properties? What's your thought on the property section?
I mean, I think properties, to me, it's like kind of reminds me of what you see with like OpenSea, where you see the metadata of the different NFTs. So I think that's kind of what they're going for here, is to represent that metadata. So I think it's good to have it on here. I like it being further down the page like this.
Yeah. I
would almost maybe put it even below the collectible details. But, again, that's just like nitpick. But, for me personally as a collector, what's more important to me is if I'm clicking into somebody, I probably already know a lot of these details about it. Right. Now, as like more and more seasons happen, and if you're like 5 seasons in, this could become a lot more important. But for right now, I would just, again, no major issues with the properties. What about you?
I think the place where it's located to me it's I don't want to call it a huge issue, but I think it's kind of there's more important stuff that could be up higher. I feel like properties is something like if you want to look into that, scroll down, you'll find it. And I think that kind of leads into the big elephant in the room, and that is that buying and selling when you click on a moment, the number one thing that I want to see is something that you now have to click and then click again into. So it's like you want to look at James Robinson. I mean, one of the things I want to do right away is like, all right, I'm looking at him, I want to buy one. But now I'm like, okay, now I got to select and buy. And when you're on a like a mobile phone, let's say you're on an airplane or getting on an airplane or sitting in an airport and you're looking at it, it's like you're clicking through one and then you got to back out and then you got to click through another one. It's just like there's no easy way to just kind of go moment to moment. And I find that to be like, it used to be just like you click on James Robinson, he's going for this, I'm out of him. Yep. I go to the next one. It's just, it seemed they've added another step, and I feel like that step is just, I don't want to say it's brutal, but it's completely unnecessary. And I feel like where properties is exactly where the selling portion should be. Your thoughts?
I like the old design better for that too. I liked where you could just see all of the different ones for sale and sort by serial or sort by price. That was one of the things that I really liked. And I realized that, like, obviously now you have to hit select and buy, and you come into here and then you get the different sellers. So I don't know if they're moving to more of a cart format where you're going to be able to like buy multiple moments at one time from different sellers and just kind of do it all in one purchase. And maybe that's what, because like to me, that's what this looks like when I see seller, serial, subtotal. It's like, it almost feels like a cart over here. So if that's where they're moving towards, then maybe that makes sense. But man, I miss this being on the first page. It was just so much easier to just find a moment and buy it. So I agree with you. It's, like if, for instance, if I want to buy, James right now, it's like, and they did just fix where now it sorts by serial number. Before it was kind of all over the place where it was like the higher serial numbers were showing up. When you sorted by lower price. So they did fix that, which is nice, but it just feels unnecessary to like have to click in twice to buy it, especially when that's the main reason you're here.
Right. Absolutely.
It's And then the other thing I'll say too is like when you hit this, right? When I come to this thing, it says buy now. So like to me as a user, I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, if I click buy now, that's what I should be able to do on that next page. Wait, it just took me to the buy now page. Is that normal?
So maybe we're learning something here. Maybe we've been clicking on the picture.
Ah.
Here we go.
Okay. Well.
So maybe, so here's something that maybe we didn't know. I mean, we look like a couple of D-bags figuring this out on live, but maybe not everybody knows this. So if you
click the picture, it takes you to the moment details. If you click buy now, it takes you to the buy page.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I've used this and I have not figured that out.
Yeah. So. I'm sure there's lots of people who already knew all this, but I'll say this. Like, first of all, the button is hidden, so it's like you come down here. It's like when I'm like looking at that, when I look at this element, the first thing I'm thinking is like go click. So this is something when, especially it's like,
do you have to mouse over it
in all day who understand this, but when they roll this out to a larger audience, this kind of stuff is problematic and will turn people off. Like it really will, because it's. You're gonna like, I know we're a couple of dipshits, but there are bigger dipshits than us, and they're gonna have a lot of.
We represent a lot of dipshits.
Yeah, I hit my quotient for the day, and so basically, again, it's inconsistent in the sense of you would think that this should go to the same place as this, but ultimately, like that's great that you can go to the buy now, but ideally for me. I still like seeing all of it in one page. So that would still be my, my thoughts on this. And then the other thing I would say too is if you come to Josh Reynolds and you're logged in, I know I'm not right now, but if I was logged in, I would love to be able to just sell my moment from right here. If I have a Josh Reynolds that I want to sell, instead I have to go into my collection. There's no player search.
Oh my God. You're touching on like one of my biggest like pet peeves.
Yeah, I think it's one of everybody's biggest. I don't know why that got taken away or why that's gone. But
I'm getting into another thing, trying to find the person. It's like when you have thousands of moments. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, I would like to point out something. I am looking at iOS, and so I'm on the marketplace. And when you just look, if you like, I got a filter on, and I'm going down the moments. And the buy now is not an option on iOS. So there is no mouse. There's no mouse over. So the way they have it set up here,
that might be why that we didn't know that then. Yeah, because I don't know what their mobile versus desktop traffic is, but you're right. There's no mouse over on mobile, so it's
So essentially, I mean, I don't want to be like 1876 about this, but when you're on it. You just scroll through the moments like this, and then you have to tap one, and then you're into it, and then you have to hit select and buy. So
Yep.
again, it's
So what that is that's an inconsistent experience where it again, where, you and I are both heavy mobile users, right? So you get trained
Right.
on mobile, and then when you come to desktop, you don't even think about it. Like, to me, when I thought about hitting buy now, I thought it would take me to the exact same place, because when
Right.
I click on Cooper Cup, I'm assuming I'm going to buy it now, because that was how it was for me before. So,
sure.
again, like, I know we're like getting way into the like nerdy UX this kind of side of things here, but these things matter for people.
I think they matter, and I think
yeah.
anybody who's like getting, if you're collecting moments, you're looking at this enough where it does matter. And it's the whole thing is when they start to roll this out to the masses, if they don't hear about this, if they don't hear people chatting about this kind of stuff, then they're just going to go blindly and just keep thinking it's okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to a moment now that we've kind of said a lot of nice
Jalen
things.
Hurts rare moment here.
All right. One of my things, if you scroll the way down to the bottom, and I don't know your thoughts on it, that right there, the player stats.
Yeah.
I like it, but again, my desire to see that is so small. Like, I mean, that should be at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. Like,
it is everything, at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. So I think they've got it.
They've got it in the right spot for what they've got on there. But what I'm saying is that the sales information matters. So, I mean, like, if I had to click extra to see the player stats, great, that's fine with me. But buying and selling is where it's at.
Yep. No, I agree. I think that's the point that I think we're trying to make, even though a little bit it's going to get lost in the fact that we figured out the whole path in. It's that when you click on a player and you're in the marketplace, you're probably there to buy or sell, right? Like, that's what you want to know. You want to see, like, what's it going for? Like, not only that, but it's like the depth of the buy too. So it's nice to see that 180 is the lowest ask. But is the next one at 190? Is the next one at 181? Is the next one at 320? I mean, what is the perceived value of this lowest ask? But instead, you have to go in here. Now, I know, again, on the desktop, you can go to select and buy, but I would assume that at least half their traffic's mobile, if not more. I know that's what we mainly use.
Yes.
And so, so I think that, again, like, here now I have to come in and I can see, okay, 182 for the next one, then 183. And it's like, do I want to spend an extra $3 to get a better cereal? Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
All right. Can I throw in another thing on top of that, just since you're right here, right now?
Yeah.
Like, you're not able to click, maybe you are. Can you click on cereal and adjust the cereal?
No, you have to come over here and do this, which again,
that drives me nuts.
I agree.
Like,
and it was in the old way, you could just click on the header and that was great.
Yeah, it was just like, it was quick, and again, it's like, I think with mobile previously, you were able to just tap on cereal and it was just, it would filter it, because a lot of guys that are, buying a lot of moments, again, are sometimes looking for the better cereals. Guys and gals.
I know
anybody.
You want that Logan Cook #1, so you got to find it.
If I'm going to get Logan Cook #1, I got to be able to filter, and I got to filter fast, because there's going to be a race to get it if it goes for sale.
Right.
So
exactly. That is important. So again, it's just
here's another one.
Multiple ways to do it.
Another one would be is like, see the bubbles on the right hand side there.
Yep.
Personally, I would like it. Let's say I want to buy 2 Jalen Hurts. I think it'd be great to be able to just click the bubble, and select 2. Now, obviously, maybe it has to prompt you and say, are you sure you want to buy 2? But I mean, like, think about it like, if you want to buy, let's say I want to buy all the Logan Cooks. I got to go in 1, 2. I mean, it is such a process. And we're not actually going to buy a moment. But one thing I've noticed is when you buy, like, let's say I want to buy 6 Jalen Hurts right now. Yep. I buy Jalen Hurts, but then I get prompted to a window. And it says, do you want to go back to looking at moments? There's nothing to go back to select a moment to purchase. The only way to get back to it is to actually hit refresh. So there's no way to say, I'm done with my purchase. Now I want to buy another Jalen Hurts. So if I wanted to buy 20 Logan Cooks, I couldn't do it in even if I had to do it one by one, there's no simple way to do it.
Yeah. And it's interesting too. It's like you look here and it's, I mean, I get that they're trying to be helpful, but it's like you look, like if I click on the price, it picks the little knob here, or the little button there. If I click on the seller, it takes me to their profile page and I can see their collection basically. Right?
Okay.
So I can see that, which, again, makes sense.
Sure.
But it could be confusing for some people too, in the sense of, like, again, clicking on this, it's going to bring me to the moment details. So I get what they're trying to do here, but it's like, again, is there anything that I gained by clicking on that number? Did this give me any additional, like it tells me when it was listed on, but outside of that, there's no new information on this page, right? It's just purely, it's all the same stuff, and it's just telling me who the owner was, which I already knew from the last page. It's telling me the price, I already knew that. I don't think the listed on date was there, so that's probably the only new piece of information. But properties, collectible details, all this stuff was already there. So it's like, why am I going through that again? Like, so why even make this clickable, right? Why not just, like at the end of the day, it's like the date. I guess the date matters, but if it matters that much, I'd put it, find a way to squeeze it on here or something. So
sure,
again, it's just, I think that they're trying to make it cool and add features, but maybe sacrificing some of the just kind of the like ease of use right now.
Right. And we'd like to say, just for the record, that we know it's not easy. Trying to please everybody is virtually impossible. So it's just like, I think this is a constructive way of kind of saying, hey, here's a few things that we're noticing. We use it quite frequently, and I'm sure that a lot of the stuff that we're saying is probably pretty popular with a lot of the users.
I mean, look, I do usability for my day job, so I get it. You cannot make a site that is, or an app that is, usable by 100% of the people. But I think there are some just like, standard practices that are being, kind of overlooked here or whatever, just some things that could be kind of put in for the sake of making the site like kind of, I don't know, cooler. They're sacrificing some of the usability. And so, even if it's a little less like flashy, it's better to just have that site be usable. Again, I don't know if they're limited by the components they're using in the development or what, but there's some things that I would certainly look at revisiting here.
Okay. Well, why don't we back out and kind of go back to the marketplace and let's see what else we can come up with. All right. So we're back to the main page here. So I think the next thing that I want to talk about is filters. So if you want to click in there, here's another small gripe I have, and that is the common, rare, legendary, ultimate. I understand. I mean, I don't know if you can put all the filters just kind of on the screen, like not non-hidden. But I feel like the fact that I have to, especially if I'm on a desktop, that I have to click into the filters, select them, and then clear them and apply them. It's just, I think we just want to kind of get to our moments. And I think maybe I speak for myself, but I feel like one of the things that I'm doing most frequently is common, rare, legendary, not even ultimate, but it's like, I want to look at the rares and I want to look at like, who's the highest, who's the lowest. Like a lot of times I'm looking at that kind of stuff. And I feel like getting the commons out, getting the, getting the rares out, or I just want to check out the legendaries, but I feel like I got to go in, apply filter. Like you can click on a box. Like if you go in and you click the rare box, you click it, now click off. Don't click apply filters. See it like
it won't
to
apply.
Me, it's like, it's just another, it's just another click. So I feel like the shopping experience, it's just like, you want to be able to find it. You want to be able to find it quick. I feel like there's too many bells and whistles. And again, they've got a lot of great stuff, but again, it's just too many steps to, and there's probably some guy maybe watching this that works for the company that's just going, fuck you, man. Like, seriously, I don't blame you. I can understand what you're talking about, but also you got to understand that there's a second side to that. And that is that we're just looking to buy these things. We're looking to get on here and flip through them as fast as we can. And all these extra steps, it's unnecessary. So what are your thoughts?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, the way you look at it, like from a usability, kind of standpoint is that how does this compare to like what a normal experience is? And when you're on Amazon and you go search footballs and then all the filters pop up to the left-hand side automatically, and you click one, it automatically does it. Like it automatically says, okay, here's all the footballs that are brand Wilson, right? Or whatever you're looking to do. And so there's just a lot of extra steps. And the problem is that we've all gotten trained now by like the Amazons and most of these other e-commerce sites. When you click on rare, that it automatically sorts what's over to the right. So like, meaning when you're looking at this, especially on the desktop, the filters should just pop up automatically, like you said. Like, so they should pop up. I should click rare, and everything to the right should just filter automatically. And then if I also click legendary, then it'll throw legendary back in too. But all the moments should all be loaded back in the back end, right? And it's just that they're putting in these extra apply steps. There's like these extra steps they're putting in that I think are creating a lot of friction. So it's like it's just making it a less seamless buying experience. Like it was, I honestly feel like it looks better now, but it was easier to buy moments and look through your moments with the old way. So that was easier. This is flashier, and I would take easier over flashier any day. Like I prefer just functionality, and I think so. So hopefully they're taking this new look and feel, and they're starting to add that stuff in. Maybe they just haven't done the coding yet. I know they're under a lot of tight timelines and such. Right. But things like this, it's just like these little things that people expect that aren't there.
Yeah, I completely agree. And one of the other things that's like, go ahead and apply the filters to rare.
Sure.
So you've applied the filters.
And so then they disappear, and then I have to clear, and then I have to go back.
That's what I was going to say is the idea that you have to clear it. So now you have to, like, the window's hidden now. So now you got to say.
Yeah. Let me just show you, like, let's say, again, this is what I would say is, like, we want to, like, look as the gold standard, right? So I look for footballs. Over here to the left is everything, right? So, let's say I'm looking for Wilson footballs. That's my brand. So I click Wilson, bam. Everything just sorted by Wilson. Oh, okay, great. Now maybe I wanted to add this, I don't know, Express Metals brand. I hit that. That gets now put in the mix too. And it's like, so again, and it's all right there. And if I want to clear it, I just say clear over here. And then I'm back to seeing all the footballs. So again, like this is like your gold standard for going through and a buying experience. Right. And that's where All Day needs to get to.
Yes. And again, that's going to be tough. And going back to Amazon, the filter on the side, like the price, how they have like the price, like, like how you can put in like a range or something like that. I don't know if you can do like a, like $5 to $10. That, I mean, that's probably a huge ask, but that would be lovely to go in and say, all right, I got $50 in my account and I want to be able to buy like, somebody who's in like the $25 to $50 range. That's what I'm looking for. That's a rare.
Yep.
Boom, boom. Yep. There we go. Like if you could find a way to just click rare, 25 to 50, we're set, we're rolling. And then, you roll through the moments and then like to be able to like, again, I'm dreaming here, but it's like the idea of just being able to sell your moment quickly, to be able to buy a moment quickly, just to flash through it a little bit faster. That is like, I feel like that is the number one thing. And it's like, I like some of like the details, like the player stats and some of that kind of stuff, but this is way, way more important. And I'm guessing, it's way harder to do too.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it will take more, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, hopefully they're listening as big users of this product. Hopefully they're listening because this is what we want to see, right? We want to see the ability to easily buy and sell moments, the ability to see like, what they're going for, like, what are the prices tracking and stuff. I mean, you look, there's like, Own the Moment and Evaluate. Those two sites, are providing a ton of data on this. And, a lot of users are just using those sites and then buying their moments from there because because again, it's like I can go into, Own the Moment, right?
Yeah.
Come in here and then go in and find, and find moments that way and buy them there.
I think the data that Own the Moment does is something that, I mean, I would like to see. I mean, maybe All Day appreciates Own the Moment. Maybe they can work together, but I that data that they're pulling would be great to see on All Day itself. I mean, you'd almost think that Own the Moment could get phased out, but
you love coming in here and seeing like, especially like you said, let's say you're looking at rares, right? So I come in here and I'm curious and I'm looking at rare. So I'm hitting that I want to see rares. And let's say I want to see, who's down right now? What's a rare moment that's down and do I want to buy it? So like, I'm seeing like Khalil Mack is dropping now. He's down to 210. I see Josh Allen's almost under 100. So I can look through here and I can say, oh, hey, look, Shaquille Barrett's back down to that 40 range. He was up almost close to, like 46, 47. Right. Maybe now that he's back to 40, which is kind of the floor for the rares right now, great. Now it's time to pounce. So I click that and it takes me straight in. So,
I mean, to kind of go a little bit further in the weeds, I feel like if All Day included something like this, they could almost get like to a point where maybe they could have like a super steel badge or something like that when like a player's price drops so much they could almost like put it in like a for sale bin, like a clearance, like
and that's
something
what
where
the sniper feature is right now in Own the Moment. So you log into Own the Moment, and you can snipe, based on the valuations versus that. I'm not logged in, so I can't see.
I have yet to use the sniper, but I assume that's probably what it is. But yes, I feel like, again, like these are things, and we're throwing all these darts at the board saying, do this, do that, do that. The number one thing is it's got to be easy to buy, sell, and filter. Like those are the things that matter the most. And all this other stuff is just gravy on top, at least in my estimation.
Well, I mean, look, here's the thing. We're throwing out ideas. We're talking about things that we want to see. Obviously people can comment, tell us what they want to see, or if we're completely off base. I mean, I'd love to, let's start that dialogue. Like, let's get people talking about what they want to see, and, and let's figure it out from there. Because I think at the end of the day, everybody who's involved with this wants to see this project succeed. They want to see it get better. And so, it's like that. To me, that's what I want to know. I want to know what people are, looking for. What are they interested in? So here's the sniper feature. Just so you know, you can see what the deal is, right? So I'm saving $1, which is 14% on Michael Carter, or things like that. So you can come in here and you can see, you can see some of the deals that were bought, but this just kind of shows you and again, nothing here too crazy. They're all kind of $1 off, so nothing, nothing major. But sometimes, sometimes there's something in here where it's more than $1 off. It's like a few bucks off, or you can see down here was like a $7 one on Mike Evans. So there was, a lower serial here, 96, that was sold, that was valued as, higher than what its listed price was. Here's a $15 one for Brett Favre.
All right.
Going for 100 instead of 115, which is what it was valued at. So, again, features like this, useful, things like that. I don't like. For me, All Day doesn't need to provide this level of stuff. Great, let Own the Moment own this. But, just making your product easier to use so that people, can just, again, filter and see stuff right away. Because, when you look over here, you saw what happened. It was when you click these filters, right away, the thing updates, right? So if I go to tier and I say, just show me rares, I don't have to hit apply filter. It just did it for me, right? And here's all the rares that are available. So, again, they just got to, I'm sure it's part of the framework they've chosen or whatever. They just got to get up, they got to get that up and running to a better place. Right.
And again, I don't think the idea is to throw shade at them. It's just constructive criticism.
Yeah. And this is like a family member, right? We love All Day. I cannot say it enough. All Day for me is this beautiful intersection of collecting, football, NFTs, technology. It is a dream come true for me to have All Day as a product, seriously. And I will support it no matter what. But at the same time, because I love All Day, it's I want to make it better, and I want to suggest what's going to make it better, because I want to see it succeed, not just for me personally, but because I love this idea. I truly love the idea of, I love NFL football. And so being able to do this is just, it's amazing. So I agree with you 100% on board.
Yes. All right. So going back to the marketplace, is there anything else that we want to cover, or have we pretty much gotten all of our grievances out? Is there anything else?
The one thing I'll say that I think a lot of people ask for that we've been a little bit on the rough side or whatever. So we'll say one thing that's nice, which is they finally added in team NFTs. So this was something that a lot of people in the Discord were unhappy with because they weren't available, they weren't tradable, they had no utility. I think the utility is coming. They've hinted around about that different team, different team NFTs are going to have utility for them. Yeah. But it's great. They're out here now, and you can see what you have, what you want to buy, and the prices and stuff. So good that they finally got the team stuff out here. I think that made a lot of people, especially the people who had bought the Super Bowl ones and the NFC and AFC Championship ones, feel a lot better. Now, they may not feel great about the prices right now because I think they're down. I don't remember exactly, but at least the stuff's out here, and you can now, buy these items if you want them.
Got it. And I was just looking to see, I think I was going to read off some of the upgrades that they did, marketplace upgrades. We have rolled out a few more new marketplace features this week. Based on community feedback, we've implemented a fix to sort of identical priced moments by lowest serial and added set info to listed moments in the marketplace view. What is
so
that?
yeah, that was what we were talking about, where if you click on, for instance, Diami Brown, if there's multiple moments at 9, the ones when you, and I did click the buy now. I'll learn yet. I will learn yet. But you can see here now, the $9 moments, the lowest serial comes up first. Before it was showing up the opposite order. So they're showing that now.
Got it. Okay, so just a flip on that. Okay.
Yep.
To help fans quickly understand all the info about a moment, we've also now added hover text that defines important terms in the collectible details section and made it easy to view moment traits on the moment detail page.
Yep. So again, like adding these kind of things where everything talks about this. So again, it's helping people understand. And again, I would say go one further. Again, like these badges, I'm telling you right now, it's great that the hover's there, but again, hover's not there on mobile. Just put a little label there. Let people see what this means, because that is much more meaningful than these pictures are. Eventually people will learn this, but it's again, you're creating now I have to learn kind of the language of the different badges versus knowing what they mean at all times. So little things like that, fix those, and people will be a lot less confused.
Got it. Let's see. Lastly, we've also implemented view moment features and share buttons to the purchase process, helping you appreciate and show off your new buys more easily than before.
Yep. So again, these are the share icons up here, the share button. So you can just share this. I can put it on my Twitter account when I'm buying it. Okay. I can put it wherever I want. I can, again, if I see this and I know, if I see a James Robinson that's real cheap and I want to show it to you, I can send you that link so you can just tap into it and go straight away versus having to log in and search and find that. Yeah, it's great. Okay. Love it. Again, not all good things. So they're headed in the right direction. It's just I think that there's a few things that they could fix to make this a little bit more seamless and people would be even happier.
One other thing I wanted to ask you about, if you want to go to searching through moments and take off all the filters.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's going to show up, but actually just do legendaries.
Okay. Yep.
And there was what do you think of the new border? Like that, this is maybe a couple weeks old, maybe 3-4 weeks. But what do you think of?
I like the border. The rares have more of like an orangish to them, and then the commons have just that kind of silver. So again, I like it in the sense of when you're scanning through, it's nice to easily pick things out. I think it's probably more useful in your own collection when you're looking through. But, I think this is good stuff. Subtle changes, but good changes.
Got it. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up what we wanted to say about the marketplace, kind of how we see, I guess, maybe the user experience and some of our experiences and some of our blunders with AllDay. So we'll catch you next time, and we're out. Peace.